What is up, everybody? It is me, Brayden Yeeter, and this is episode number 1 of a brand new series that I am calling the Brayden Yeeter Top 50, which is going to focus on 50 of my favorite video games in my sports video games collection that I've ever collected. Now, this collection has, I believe, 580, maybe a little bit more than that, games. So while 50 may not be the most exclusive club, it is specifically reserved for games that I have a very, very big attachment to because obviously I have not played all 580 of those games. This episode is going to feature the honorable mentions cast, as well as the first 5 games on the actual list itself. So we're just going to jump into it here. Starting with your first honorable mention, Madden NFL 09. This game I haven't played an incredible amount of, but you can see it's got one of my favorite covers of all time. We got Brett Favre. We got Brett Favre on there. He was actually on the Jets when this came out. That's funny trivia, but that's completely pointless. This game's fairly good. It came out after 1 year after a Madden that I am very, very renowned upon liking. So this one just doesn't quite own up to that scale, so that's why this one's on the honorable mentions list and not the main list itself. Next honorable mention we've got is NHL Legacy Edition for the Xbox 360. Now this was NHL 16 released on the older generation of consoles, and they didn't call it that. I don't know why they didn't call it that. You can see updated jerseys, rosters, and schedule for the 2015-16 season. See if that focuses in. There it is right there. I don't know why they did this. You can see franchise winner, 26 awards, sports game of the year. I don't know why they did this, but this game's fun. I like it. It's NHL 16 in itself wasn't completely awful on old gen, and I didn't hate this release. I remember very vividly asking my mom to get a copy of NHL Legacy Edition for me because I didn't have an Xbox One at the time. I had a 360 and that was it. So yeah, that's that one. Next, we've got our first PS2 appearance on the list with Madden 2004. I know that this game for a lot of people would be on their list of debatably top 5. But for me, I just haven't played Madden 2004 that much. It is very renowned. This game won a Game of the Year award. I don't remember from what outlet, but I remember seeing that they did award Game of the Year to Madden 2004, which is insane for current day. But yeah, this game is very good. I'm not going to discredit it. Michael Vick's on the cover. He is just absolutely insane in this game. Absolutely nuts. Yeah, he's just, I don't know. That's what this Madden is remembered for, how good Michael Vick was. That's why he's on the cover. You got a lot of shit back there. You got Michael Vick down there in the Falcons black jersey. Yeah. Another honorable mention that, again, I just haven't played that much. That's the cause for most of these. Most of these honorable mentions, the games are very good, but I just haven't played it enough to warrant it being on the top 50 list. And then one that I actually have played a lot, MLB 2K11. Another honorable mention here. Now, I'm using the 360 box here, but I am more referencing the DS version, because the DS version I may have had 100 days on, because I used to boot up this and play as the New York Yankees and just put it on rookie mode and just score 50 runs a game for the entire season. And that is all I did. That is all I did with this game, and that is all I remember it for. But I played a lot of it, and I had a very good time with it, surprisingly. I was like 6, but yeah, that's another one. First wrestling game we got on here, we got the original SmackDown vs. Raw for the PS2. We got Angry Vince McMahon on here with his 2 colored eyes. I don't remember the condition name for that, but yeah. You got women. This is the first ever SmackDown vs. Raw release, which was a good move for that series, which was getting stale with the naming. WWE SmackDown Volume 4. Over and over and over again. So they finally changed it SmackDown vs. Raw, and it was a breath of fresh air for the series. And I believe a very good game, but again, one I did not nearly play enough to warrant a spot on the top 50. Same case goes for this game right here. We got another yearly release, NHL 11. Now, I talk about this game quite a bit for it not being on the list. Jonathan Tay's on the cover in that alternate jersey. I talk about the franchise mode on this a lot, as I did today. In my stream, check me out, twitch.tv/Brayden_Yeeter. But this game, I've only played it a couple times, but I have a very strong attachment to this game because one of my favorite YouTube series of all time was done on this game. And I remember seeing this game in the store and being like, that's the game from the series! And being like, please let me get it, please. And now I have NHL 11 for the Xbox 360, and I've played it about 3 times ever. But that's what happens. Now, we've got a unique entry on this list. From the Nintendo Switch, Mutant Football League Dynasty Edition. Now, this game is weird. The motto is just kill it. It's a very, very weird game. It's very weird. I wish I was better with words here, but this game is just something else. Includes all DLC. Exclusive teams and arenas. Yeah, the funny part is they put extra DLC out for this game after they released it. And I have all that DLC. I have a lot of hours on this on my Switch. It's Madden if you could kill people, and everyone was monsters. It's very fun. It's like Blitz the League if it was less violent. It's a good time. It's a very good time. I recommend that game. If you can find that cheap and you have a Switch, please play that. It's a very good time. Now, this game is an all-time classic, but it's one that I haven't had long enough or had any playtime on to recognize as in the top 50. NFL Blitz for the PS1. Now, this game is an all-timer, without a shadow of a doubt. I recognize the renowned reviews on this game. Everybody who's ever played NFL Blitz will tell you how good this game is. Problem is, I'm not one of the people that's played it enough to speak on how good the game is. I understand that this is an absolute banger from Midway. Focus, please focus. Midway made a lot of shit back in the day that was really good. This is, I believe, their peak when it comes to the sports stuff. NFL Blitz, Cordell Stewart on the front. It's Madden if everything was on drugs, but it is just perfect. It is a very, very good game, but again, not one I played enough to warrant being on this list. We've got, I believe, 6 honorable mentions left, and then we can kick off the actual list here. First up, this isn't on the list, WWE Raw 2. Now, this game, you could see, quite expensive in terms of all the games I've bought in. But Raw 2 isn't in and of itself an incredible game, but I believe this game has the best WWE game roster of all time. That's completely opinionated, and I get that, but most of this list will be the exact same way. Just look at the 2 guys on the cover. We got Scott Steiner on the cover of this game. He was in the company for like a year. He was in the company for like an actual year. I believe that this game is a true time capsule to just right after the Attitude Era ended and when Ruthless Aggression was beginning, to when all the legends were still around, but we still had new faces coming up. It's an incredible roster of characters in this game, just out of this world. Speaking of incredible rosters, how about College Hoops 2K8 for the PS2? The last entry in the College Hoops series of video games. College Hoops 2K8. This is known as, I think, the greatest college basketball game of all time, which isn't exactly the biggest flex because it isn't the hugest series that's ever been released. But this game is the absolute peak of what 2K did with the College Hoops series, because it was the final entry in the 2K Hoops series. While college basketball games ended about 2 years after this game came out with NCAA Basketball 10, this one, I believe, is better, and it's purely because of how in-depth everything is in this game. There is just so much to do constantly in this game. The roster is nearly complete with every D1 team in this game. Not something you could say about, like, very, 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 very many of the college games released around this time. They were missing a lot of teams and a lot of players that just couldn't be licensed. And I believe that is a part of the reason why I couldn't put it on the list. But we got NFL head coach 09 for the Xbox 360. This game is, I believe this game would have been way more renowned and way more popular if it had released later. Because this game is very, very nice. NHL, why do I keep NHL? Get it into your head. NFL head coach 09. This is the definitive head coaching experience through video games. You can't really get this experience in Madden with how in-depth this goes in everything that requires itself to be a head coach. This game has everything in it. And they only had 2 releases in this series, but I believe if they brought it back, it would sell very well. Just because of how it's a very hard game as well. It's not easy. Another honorable mention, we got WWF SmackDown. Now, this one I haven't played a lot, but I do know how good this game is. And I'm not going to comment on it a lot because I'm going to end up just spewing a bunch of garbage. This game is very good, but I've never really had enough time to sit down and play it. But I do respect it, and I bought it. It was very expensive. Next up, first Xbox One game, I believe, on this list. Madden 25. The old one, not the new one. This game was first on the Xbox One and PS4 Maddens. First of those games. And I believe it did well. I like the engine on this game. I like how it plays. I like how it feels. It's very rigid. You have to play very well to succeed on Madden 25. I believe that. I've always believed that. And I believe that plays into this game's strength a lot because of how hard it is to be good at when you feel rewarded whenever you do well on this one. That is Madden 25. We have 2 honorable mentions left here. This one is very small. We've got Mario Hoops 3-on-3 for the Nintendo DS. I am missing the case for this game because I bought it loose at GameStop. But this game is the most underrated Mario sports experience on the planet. Mario Hoops 3-on-3 is a microcosm of the mid-2000s and Mario sports games as a whole. And I believe it is very, very underrated. I don't know how many people have played it, but if you haven't, you gotta try. Because this game, it is over the top, it is fun, it is goofy. Everything about a Mario sports game that you would like. I think it does it a lot better. And your final honorable mention on this list, and one that I know is going to upset people for not being on the main list, Wii Sports. Now, this game, everyone's played Wii Sports, right? This is the original case it came in when you got it bundled with the Wii. Everybody's played this game. I don't think that this game is as good as it is known for being. I think it is just a tech test demo that became very popular because it was bundled with every console at a time when everybody was buying the Wii. And I think that's why this game succeeded, and I think that is why everyone remembers playing Wii Sports. Just because of how many people had it. How many people had Wiis. So that is that for the honorable mentions. I didn't think that would take 13 minutes, but here we are. Now we're on to the actual list. First game at number 50 on the list. One that I can guarantee no one watching this video has ever heard of. Kinniku Bansuke Road to Sasuke. Now this game I had marked in at 50 whenever I first started making this list, and it's for good reason. I've never played this game, but I had this game exported from Japan, if you couldn't tell. By reading the spine here, if it would ever focus. I don't know if it will, but you can tell it's in Japanese. This game is completely in Japanese. It is the Japanese Ninja Warrior game that came out in 1999 or 2000, I believe. I've never played it because I've heard about how hard it is, and I am too scared to play it. I will play this someday, but I do not know when that day is. At number 49 on the list, Mario Kart DS. I don't want to call this the definitive Mario Kart experience on handheld, because I know Mario Kart 7 came out, and if you want to consider the Switch a handheld, which it isn't, that could be in that discussion as well. Mario Kart DS is a very good game that released for the DS. I believe it is a mid-tier Mario Kart just because of how good that series has been over the years. I believe that there are several games better than this, But this game in and of itself is very, very good. I will never take that away from this. At number 48 on the list, we've got WWE 13. CM Punk on the cover. Who else could you want? Stone Cold on the back. This game does everything that WWE games do right. It's just very good, you know? That's what it does. It's very, very consistent. That's what all the WWE games are. They're very, very consistent video games. And this game continues that trend. It's a very, very good game that people look back on fondly. They play a lot of this. And it's for good reason. It's a very, very good video game. At number 47 on the list, NHL 2003. Now, this game isn't exactly a standout when it comes to the NHL series, but the reason I put it on this list is because I have fond memories of booting this game up and Jimmy Eat World Sweetness playing when you kick on this game and just playing this for hours and hours on end. It is a great PS2 NHL, one of the better ones. And finally, at 46, NFL Extreme. Now, this game is NFL Blitz, but a little bit worse. I have played way more time on this game than Blitz, and that's why I have this one higher than Blitz on the list itself, actually. I believe this game, if you haven't seen any gameplay of this, you need to go see it. This is a must-have for NFL fans, man. It really is good. But that is part 1 of this series. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope that you guys will stick around to see what the rest of the list looks like, because we're only going to get better from here. Thank you, and peace out.